Welcome back to part 19 of the C8 Corvette tutorial in Solid. In this tutorial, well, in the last tutorial, we filled up these areas here that we needed to finish up. And then in this tutorial, we're going to cut these joints out from this side here. And then we're going to create the headlights here. And then hopefully the bulbs inside the headlights and the LED strip, possibly. So I'm going to start by removing these appearances. And I'm going to remove this red one as well. And then what I'm going to do is jump into the future tree over here. And I'm going to click on this bonnet just to bring me up to this area here because I want to get that sketch, right? So it's in curve 7 and it's called sketch 23. So should make that sketch visible. And then what I'm going to do next is make a sketch on the top plane here. And then I'm going to convert this sketch here and then press OK. Right. And then what I'm going to do is exit the sketch. And I'm going to hide this sketch. And I'm going to hide the second sketch. All right. And I'm gonna come back down here. I'm gonna bring back the first the sketch that we made, so it's not lying on top of each other, right? So that's the sketch that we're going to work with, right? So edit that sketch, and then we're going to jump to the top here, and then let's mirror this curve or spline up here, right? So to do that, let's grab a center line here and just drop it here. Exit that sketch, and then we're going to mirror this curve. I'm going to mirror it over this construction line here, and then we're just gonna come down here, and then we're going to create an offset of this curvature, and then that offset is going to come to the outside, not the inside, because we don't want to cut into the bonnet, because obviously we need to go outside because that's where the joint heading. So let's grab a offset, and let's click on this line here, and we want to get 0.5 on that. 0.5, and then let's see if we can do this one as well now. All right, so just do this side first, and then press OK. And I'm going to extend this line, but not by pulling this point. I'm just going to come into this corner on here and touch to that. So I'm going to grab this line and then come to this corner, and I'm going to come all the way in here and come back to connect to that point there. And then yeah, on this end, I'm just going to create something like a small triangle to connect those points. All right, I'm going to press OK on that, and then OK on that. I'm going to jump over to this side now, and I'm going to offset this curvature, and I'm going to offset it reversely. All right, and press OK. And I'm just going to do the same thing on this side as well. Come in here, connect to that. Come to the end part. All right. So I'm going to press OK on this one, and I'm going to exit this sketch, and then we're going to do a split command, the split line, and let's choose the sketch. All right, and then the faces that we're going to split is going to be this faces here. Let's try to do both ends at the same time. possibly will let us do that. It's okay. Projection, and it did let us do that, so that's good. So now let's hide these sketches, right? And just come in here and then delete these splitted faces from this corner here, right? So delete face, and then select these joints in here, right? So this is called the forced trim. Like there's so many people, if you look for on YouTube, if you look for on Google, if you look on GrabCAD, like everyone says, oh, it's like it's impossible to do take out the mirror from this and take out go back in the future tree, do that. There's no need to, because yeah, all you need to do is just do a split line and then just delete the face, right? And that will solve your problem, but that's not in anybody's handbook, obviously. So press OK on that once you selected all the joints, and now we have all the joints cut out from where it needs to be cut out, and our bonnet is free for movement, right? Okay, so that's good. And then let's save. Well, let's not save it. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is we want to cut out the headlights, and for that, I'm gonna come in here for the first display state, and I'm going to just hide all these hanging about bits here. And then once I hide, not delete, hide. So once I hide all these curvatures here, then I'll come back to you. So once you get rid of all the hanging out pieces, um, we can make a sketch. We're going to create a sketch on the top plane, and then we want to flip this model over. So we're going to sketch on this side, and then we're going to flip it over and then sketch on there. All right, so let's flip it over. So we're going to sketch here. Let's also hide that part there. Well, that can stay. We can leave it. All right, so basically you have all these surfaces behind these. So as we adding our curvature, we don't want to snip to any of these surfaces here. So to do that, just hold Control on your keyboard, and then you won't snip to anything. Okay, so I grab the spline and just hold Control, and now it's not snipping to anything, right? So I'm going to start from this point here. I'm just gonna add a few spline points along the edges here, like that. And I'm going to let go of the control at this point. I'm going to snap to that point there. Okay. So press OK on that one, and then let's bring up our control polygon, and then uh, let's let's grab these handlebars here, and let's adjust these curvatures. All right. So let's pull it up something like that, and we create that lovely that profile, that nice profile there, something like that. Okay, so yeah, let's so you can play with these until you're happy with it, and then that's how it will show on when we cut these out, right? So let me bring up here a little bit. We can always use curvature comb on this complex headlight profile. I'm just gonna go by my eye. So obviously we want to have that beautiful uh, piece of surface here, and we want to be quite straight on these edges here. So let me pull that down a little bit. Okay, and I'm quite happy with that, and I'm going to exit the sketch. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a construction line here, and because I want to mirror it over to the other side, exit that one, grab another one here, and I want to make sure that I'm on that center of that. All right, so we are on center, and then I'm going to mirror this entity over. So I'm going to box select this curvature here. I'm going to mirror it over this construction line, and that registered there very nicely. I'm going to press OK, and then I'm going to cut the center construction line, or maybe bring it back. Yeah, let's just leave it, and then exit the sketch, and let's jump back into display state number 2. Okay, and then let's split these sketches up to this point, up to these surfaces here. So select the split line command, right, and select these sketches, and then we're going to select these faces, and maybe not that. You don't need to go up that far, or are we? Yeah, something like that. That's good. And then make sure it's projection, and press OK on that, and then we are in fact quite good on that. All right. Okay, so let's go now to surfaces, and let's go delete face, and let's delete these faces. And there's a small piece here. Don't forget to grab that small piece. Not this, that's not that. So there was a small piece on that side, and then this one, and this one, and here's that small piece. Could be wrong. Let's see in a minute. Oh, that looks good. That's a beautiful cut right there. I mean, we have this beautiful face here on this end, and this end, and it is just beautiful. All right. Uh, so yeah. So now we are going to continue by adding a surface fill here, and which we will cut out, and then I will show you why. So okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a surface fill. Going to fill up these surfaces. There's a small piece in here. Okay, fill up that surface, and I'm going to press OK. All right. And so the reason why I did that, so now that I can offset these, convert the entities offset, so I can have myself a 3D profile body all around here. All right. So let's jump into the top view here from the future tree. So top view, sketch on top view. And then I'm going to convert these entities. So I'm going to select the whole inside face, and I'm going to press OK. I'm going to offset it, right? And I'm going to reverse that offset because I want to reverse it to the inside. And instead of 0.5, I'm going to use 0.3. All right. So I think 0.3 will be a good one for us. Okay. So press OK. And then we want to trim out the outside line. So be careful not to trim the inner one. So just trim the outside line here. Okay, that's good. All right. So once you trim that out, we're going to jump into split line here, and it's already selected our sketch. Oh no, I have it. Let's delete that and let's select it again. Hold on a second. Let's exit. Let's not exit. Exit the sketch. Exit the sketch and do a split line, and then want to select our sketch, and the face is that face there, projection, and then upward, right? Okay, so now I selected that one, and it leaves a little bit of a gap for us, which we determined of 30.3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to delete the interface, so delete that face here, right? Okay, so we have a nice profile all around here. Let's click on it. You can see that we have that step right there. Okay, so now let me just bring up these shaded corners so we can see our lines a little bit better. All right, and then what I want to do is grab a 3D sketch, and it's going to be a 3D spline, and I want to add that 3D spline from this edge to this edge here. Okay, and you probably already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give this a nice profile. So the better your profile on this curvature here, the more aggressive the vehicle will be. I'm going to bring it up all the way up to that point, and this to this point. Okay, and then going to exit the sketch, right? And then now we're going to do a fill surface. So we're going to select this inner edge, and we're just gonna check that we have the inner edge selected all the way around. Okay, so you can see here it's not selected. We're just going to select it, and then once you select all the inner edges of that small profile, so not this one, this one here. Okay, once you selected all the inner edges, we can select our constraint curve, which is this one here, and we're going to press OK. And then that looks pretty good actually, and that's our headlight right there. Okay, so if we take off the shades, and we can see a lot better. See things a lot better here. All right. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now we just need to create a box for this headlight. So to do that, we're going to hide this body and hide this body here. Okay, and hide this one here as well. And once we bring it back, the whole thing will come back. So don't worry about that. And then so we have two surfaces here. The box we're going to create is going to come from this edge, not the outer edge, because that belongs to the outside surface, right? So to do that, what we're going to do is come in here to 3D sketch, and we're going to convert these inner edges here. Okay, select all the inner edges there. And so once you selected all the way around, let's press OK. And now we have a converted 3D sketch all the way around this headlight, right? So the next thing we need to do is we need to determine the direction of the pull of this surface here. So we need to add a we need to add a construction line. So let's exit this sketch here and come back in 3D sketch and then a center line, and from this point, okay. And then of course we're gonna come to the side and we're gonna pull this upwards because we want the box to pull upwards. And then we're gonna come to the top here, and then we want to pull this line up maybe a little bit this way, so the box will pull this way as well a little bit, right? So the lights actually will be kind of straight, right? But still the angle, I still want to make the angle a little bit visible, right? So we look good on these sections here. So exit the sketch, and then I'm gonna jump into surfaces. I'm going to extrude this sketch. So I'm going to select this sketch here, all right? And for direction, it's going to be the center line. And now we just have to pull this out in for our desired size for that box. And that's a nice box right there where we can put our bulbs and our LED strip. Okay, so I'm going to press OK for that. Okay, so that looks good. And now we're just going to bring back our surfaces, the whole car. So to do that, just go on this surface, press hide, and go on this surface and press show, and it will bring back the whole thing. So now we can see that our box is coming up this way a little bit too much, so it's sticking out from the actual car. So to edit that, we're going to come from the side here and just play with that line until we have what we're looking for. Pull that down a little bit, come to the top, and it automatically will update the model as we go along here. Unfortunately, it snipped to that edge there. So let's get that up. Okay. Let's hold control so it doesn't snip anything. Let's just come in all the way here. All right. Exit that sketch. Let's have a look at our box. And then yes, we still have our box. That looks good. Okay. So let's bring up these shaded surfaces here so we can see a little bit better. So that's our box right there. Okay. So you have this surface in the front here. Well, first let's cap up the end of this box here. So for that, let's use a fill surface. So let's just choose the edges of this box and then press OK. It's open somewhere. There you go, the small piece there. That wasn't it. This one here, right? There you go, now it's capped it. So press OK. You're not going to make that solid, obviously. And then now we can add a glass onto this headlight. So if we come into glass and add blue glass, now we have our headlight there. However, I believe that maybe we can adjust this box by pulling it a little bit more forward. So let's click on that and edit the feature. And then let's pull this box a little bit forward so it's not that deep. That's okay. And that's probably the deepness of the car itself. So yeah, so that's probably the right deepness for that sketch. Um, so that looks good to me. And then we just need to add the light bulbs in here and the LED strips. So let's have a look. All right. So let's mirror these bodies over to the other side. All right. So mirror here, and then we haven't cut anything out from the outside surface, so that's good. And then for mirror face plane, we're going to use the front plane, and the bodies to mirror. We're going to use surface fill and the box and the cap. And let's have a look if we did the mirror correctly. And then that looks good. However, we missed out that small piece there. So let's grab that. Mirror command, and then yeah, front plane, and then bodies to mirror. Just zoom in here and grab that small surface there. Okay, so now we have the small surface in here as well, which is this one here. Okay, so that looks good. All right. So I'm going to leave this tutorial here at this point, and then we're going to come back and add the light bulb and the LED strips in part 20. So hope you enjoyed it so far. If you're just tuning into my channel, please subscribe or share my videos. It would mean a lot to me. And thank you.